Welcome to the unofficial abridged audio recording of the Book of Mormon.
After Lehi and his family had been in the desert for a while, the Lord told him it was time to leave. No more going back to Jerusalem. Been there, done that. Nephi and his brothers got married before they left their camp, each taking one of the daughters of Ishmael. Zoram, the servant of that one wicked guy named Laban, also got married, so things worked out for him there. The next morning, Lehi found a strange-looking thing on his front porch. It looked sort of like a compass, but had weird little directors on it. We find out later in the Book of Mormon that it's called the Liahona. One of the pointers on the Liahona told the people where they should go and what direction was the promised land. So they crossed the river Laman, the one named after Grumpy's son number 1, and took off into the land called Shazar. They went for a little while, following the direction the Liahona gave them. They had to hunt quite a bit to make sure there was enough food to eat. And one time, when they had set up camp and gone hunting, Nephi did the unthinkable. He broke his awesome bow that was made out of fine steel. He must have been pretty strong. Now, the other brothers also had bows and slingshots and stuff, but they'd started to complain because their weapons had lost their spring and just weren't really working, and now they weren't going to have any food. They were going to be super hungry. And hunger mixed with anger is a bad recipe for hangriness. After they returned to camp, even Lehi began to grumble a little. Nephi was getting really sick of his brothers whining at him and telling him how dumb he was for breaking his bow. So, as everyone was getting upset and hangry, Nephi found some wood and made a new bow and also a new sling. He approached his dad and asked, "Whither shall I go to obtain food, Pop?" Lehi sort of felt a little guilty for complaining, and he looked at the Liahona for direction. The voice of the Lord came to him and said, "Look upon the ball and behold the things which are written." Some words showed up that made Lehi and everybody else tremble a lot. They made him really worried, and it must have been pretty bad. And he realized that the Lord was not happy at all with the way he'd handled this situation. After a little while, the pointers pointed, and Nephi left in the direction they went. This experience helped everyone learn a very important thing. When you're out in the middle of nowhere, you should probably be righteous so your compass works. If you aren't, then the Lord won't help you out. Such a small thing, but it makes a big difference. Nephi followed the direction the Liahona pointed, and he found lots of animals that he could slay with his new bow that he'd made. And he returned to everyone's great joy. Things were looking okay again, and the level of hangriness was reduced to nil.
The reading and opinions expressed on these recordings are not endorsed or probably recognized by the church. The YouTube channel Book of Mormon Stories is a personal project by me, Greg Williams, born out of my love and testimony for the book and the truths contained therein.